Hello, Amchi community. I am your host, Chinmay Naik.
And I am Amara Tan. And welcome to Fête de la Musique.
We are on our last day of celebration. So let's do a quick recap of what happened. On the very first day, we had an interview with Coco, the co founder of Agni, speaking about the big band theory.
Yes, and on day two, we had an Instagram competition called Pop Solo where 20 talented participants displayed their gifts in music and dance and fought their way to reach the top.
Now, day three was filled with knowledge, and we had maestros speak about their musical journey and even more than music. We learned some amazing lessons which could be found anywhere. But when backed with personal experience, it completes the picture.
Hmm.
This definitely inspired the entire Amchi brand. I mean, speaking of Amchi, this brand would be incomplete without the third member, who I'd like to call upon here. She has solidified this brand for us and also helped us bring this Amchi brand to where it is today. So I'd like to introduce to you the third member, Tanishka Kamri. Come on up here.
Hi, Jennai. And yes, I completely agree with what you've just said. Talking to Mariam today taught me how music can really help us feel better when it feels like nothing else really can. And of course, talking to Nidhi helped me realize how important it is to take breaks and really listen to your mind and body.
Yes, definitely. And what clicked to me during Satyan's interview is that when you double down on creating and maintaining relationships, as the network is actually your net worth. So keep building that relationship. That was amazing.
Yes, Chinmay, I think it's important for us, especially as creators, to realize how important it is to create connections. And as for Clarissa and Michael's interview, they highlighted the fact that there really is no end in one's musical journey as it is a constant practice. And finally, for Reiner's masterclass, my greatest takeaway is to keep creating music, put it out there, move on from it, and keep creating more.
I agree. I mean, creativity for an artist is very essential. We need to keep creating. But Amara, you spoke about pop solo and an event with 20 participants, but who ended up winning?
Don't worry, Chinma. The results for that Instagram competition will be revealed today itself during our event. So stay tuned for the results later on this evening. And if you missed any of the previous events, you can check them out on SB Jain's YouTube channel and Amchi's Instagram page.
Well, in that case, I'd like to wish all the pop solo players the very best. And let's get on with today's event. Today is FesTune, meaning we have an amazing lineup of artists coming to share their art with you, the viewers. So don't forget to share your appreciation for this artist in the live chat comments. Don't worry, we are reading it all and all getting recorded, so your appreciation is being reached.
So if you're all still at work or on the road or lying in bed, it's time to wear those earphones and just enjoy the music. So, without further ado, let's have our first performer coming on live to perform Chandelier by Sia. Please welcome Shachi Shetty.
Party girls, don't get her. Can you feel anything? When will I learn? I push it down, I push it down. I'm the one for a good time call, phones blowing up, ringing my doorbell. I feel the love, I feel the love. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throwing back till I lose calm. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. I'm gonna fly like a bird through the night, feel
What a way to start the event. That was completely impactful. Like, I am already energized by that music piece. And I'm glad to know that, we could have her on stage with us. Is Shachi on call with us? I'd like to have a small conversation with her. Hi, Shachi. Shachi, I think I can't hear you. I think you're on mute. I'm seeming to have a little bit of trouble. Can you hear me clearly though? Okay, let me just ask you the question so that at least the audience can hear us then. I want to know this. This song is particularly taken as a very difficult choice of song. Um, why did you choose this song then? Shachi, I think you're still on mute, unfortunately, because even the team back end is saying that they can't hear you. I'm unfortunate that you're on still on mute. We can't hear you. Not a problem, Sachi. I think it's completely a technological glitch, and that happens on all these online streams. I think that's fine. Shachi, if you don't mind, we'd like to move on. Not a problem. I completely understand the technology, and I apologize that we couldn't have a conversation with you. Let's just move on then. I'm really sorry though, but I hope you guys loved her performance because she has some great more music. Go follow her on her Instagram if you could have her tagged on down there. I mean, everything that she does is all over there and you guys can check it out. It is completely amazing. Thank you, Sachi, so much. I'm really sorry that we couldn't chat properly. I apologize for that. Let's move on to the next performance then. Thank you, Sachi. That was amazing, right? That was an amazing opening performance. What do you think, Dan?
That really was. I really hope that we got to talk to her, but no worries. There will be more events like this, and we'll definitely have Sachi on the next time. So it's
Definitely.
totally okay. Okay, so next we actually have a wonderful person with us who's gonna bring her beautiful voice here with two songs back to back. First, we'll be hearing Born This Way by Lady Gaga, followed by True Colors by Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake. Let's give it up for our next performer, Saveri Philkana.
Hi guys, my name is Saveri. I'm from Mumbai and I'm going to be doing two songs for you today. The first one is Born This Way by Lady Gaga. It's a bit of a throwback, so I hope you like it and I hope you sing along. My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars. She rolled my hair and put my lipstick on in the glass of her boudoir. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, cause he made you perfect, babe. So hold your head up, girl, and you'll go far. Listen to me when I say I'm beautiful in my way, cause God made no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't hide yourself and regret, just love yourself and you're set. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Oh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way. Oh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Right track, baby, I was born this way. Okay, and the second song I have for you is True Colors, and this is the version by Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in the world Thanks for listening in and have a good day.
Wow, that performance gave me goosebumps. I mean, Born This Way. I mean, I don't know. I just love that one. I mean, I'm not saying True Colors was bad. True Colors was also great, but Born This Way just had a different feel to it. I'm actually thinking that we have Saveri on call. I definitely want to talk to her. Hi, Sav.
Hi, Chinmay. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad that we get to talk to you because there's so many questions I have in store for you. Get ready. It's gonna be a semi interview itself.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, let's first talk about the performance. Why did you choose two songs and why these two in specific?
So the reason I chose these two are mostly because of Pride Month. This whole month is Pride Month, so I wanted to do something related to. I know it's cheesy, but that's why I picked True Colors. And then with Born This Way, I think it's a good message to share with everyone about loving yourself and owning who you are.
That's amazing. I think that's a great message that you're sending out there to our audience. That's amazing. Um, I I have to say that there's this. I look up to you in that way because you started your journey, your musical journey on Instagram, on your Instagram page called Sav Strings, almost
Correct.
the same time as much as we did, which is Amchi. We started the same time. Yet you managed to 10 times you've managed to 10 times your following than what we have. And I want to know what's that key to success. What is that trick that you use? Please share with us. Like, all artists would like to know how to grow themselves.
Wow. I wish I knew. But honestly, Chinmay, like the reason I made the page was kind of to like just incentivize myself to keep making more and more music. Especially like during the pandemic, I've been home like pretty much this whole time, and I thought I'd get back into my violin and into singing. And so I think the key for me was not worrying too much about who's following or what the numbers are or what's happening. And there was one period where I literally went rogue. I used to post like 10 times a week. And that was simply because I had nothing else to do. And like, I really enjoy music. It's something that I'd be doing even if I didn't have an Instagram page. So I think for me, that love for music. I've heard from other people that that's what they really like about me too. When it comes to the page, they just like the fact that I'm doing it and I explore a variety of genres. So I think the secret is to just keep going and to not let your worth be dictated by how many followers you have.
That's an amazing message. Just keep going, guys. Just keep all the artists out there. Just keep going. Next question. This is something that I got to know. Like when we had a small brief chat earlier, that you've
Huh.
actually been reached out by a lot of people about your singing and also gotten opportunities. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I've had the pleasure to collaborate with a lot of like really insanely talented musicians. Um, and like recently, like this year has been crazy for me because I've realized how small the world becomes on social media. You can connect with some of the coolest singers and producers out there. So Zayden reached out to me a couple of months back, and recently I got a message from Law Stories, and I'm working on a project with Zenith that's coming out next month. It's a spoken word violin collaboration. So it's really unreal, but I think I also have to thank the violin for that because like it's such a niche instrument that there's not too much competition out there. I know that for singing and dance and guitar, there's a lot of talent. So it's like a lot harder to be noticed. Which is why I actually changed my username also from Sav Sings to Sav Strings. I made it more niche. But
That's
yeah.
amazing. So niche. So I think niche is something that worked for you as well. One very last question before I let you go. Music. What does music mean to you? Does it really help you get through the tough times? Because lockdown has been crazy for all of us. Has
Yeah.
music really taken you? What is music to you? Let's just go with that.
What is music to me? Wow. Well, music is life. Like, first of all, like my name, it's a musical rag in Indian classical music. So I was kind of predestined to be musical by my parents because they are both really into it. But music, at the moment, music is a safe space for me. Music is how I express myself. And music is there for me, like literally 24/7. Like it's a part of me without being super cheesy. It's something I couldn't imagine my life without. So music is everything to me.
Music is everything. I mean, I think this question really confuses some artists when I say, "What is music to you?" and they're like, "Everything." I can't give a specific answer. It's everything. What are you saying? One
Yeah.
last question, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, one last question.
Yeah.
If I removed violin and guitar, I mean, they are your main favorite instruments. If I remove them aside, is there any
Hmm.
is there any instrument that you'd like to play or you'd like to learn to do, and which one would that be?
Okay, I've got two. It's a very equal tie between the two. I really want to learn the banjo, and
Oh,
that's
the
thanks
banjo.
to two bands, Mumford and Sons, as well as When Chai Met Toast. These two bands use banjo a lot, and I think it's such a cool instrument. Again, very rare. And on the Indian side, I've always wanted to learn the sarangi. I think it's beautiful. It's an ancient instrument. It's got like 100 strings. So either of those, I'd love to explore either of those. If someone wants to sponsor me and get me either of those instruments, I'd be happy to play.
All the people out there, if you love Saveri's singing and the music that she makes, you can sponsor her as well. I mean, it's all about collaborating and creating and helping one another. And I think definitely, I mean, thank you so much, Saveri, for performing for us and sharing some great insights. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure to follow her amazing work because she does collaborations with a lot of people. So if you're a singer or artist or instrumentalist, anything, if you think your art could be collaborated with her, feel free to reach out to her. She's really humble, and that's a surprise. She's humble and she's very open to conversations. Thank you so much, Saveri, for joining us today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank
Bye.
you. Now let's switch up the vibe in here. I mean, we had some very good performances, but let's go a bit soulful, shall we? Three, two, one. Hello there. Welcome to FesTune. In next, we have a beautiful voice performing for us two songs, Koi Faryad and Aankhon Ke Sagar. Enjoy this soulful performance by Umang Upaitri.
हर मुलाकात पे महसूस यही होता है हर मुलाकात पे महसूस यही होता है मुझसे कुछ तेरी नजर पूछ रही हो जैसे कोई फरियाद तेरे तभी हो जैसे कोई फरियाद तेरे तभी हो तूने आँखों से कोई बात कही हो जैसे जागते जागते एक उम्र कटी हो जैसे जागते जागते एक उम्र कटी हो जैसे जान बाकी है मगर सांस रुकी हो जैसे ला 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 तड़पना मेरा हंसना तेरा तड़पना मेरा हंसना तेरा नींद मेरी सपना तेरा
Wow, that voice and those songs, it was just pure bliss. And as one of the comments said, Odie, the beautiful song choice, I fully agree. I don't think we usually get to hear like these kinds of songs being sung by people sort of our generation, but that was just amazing. Now let's move on to our next performance. Next up is an Indian classical performance, and his voice is sure to transport you to another dimension. So without further ado, I'm glad to present Chaitanya Bhat.
तो बेवार जाऊं गिरधारी तो बेवार जाऊं गिरधारी याद करत मन में विरोग देखन को तरसत मन तो बेवार जाऊं गिरधारी मन में विरोग देखन को तरसत मन तो बेवारी जाऊं गिरधारी तो बेवारी जाऊं तो बेवारी जाऊं तो बेवारी जाऊं तो बेवारी जाऊं उधो कहियो कुंवर शाम को उधो कहियो कुंवर शाम को नाद पिया सुन तुम बिन नगरी ग्वाल बाल सब देखन को तरसत मन तो बेवार जाऊं गिरधारी तो बेवारी जाऊं गिरधारी तो बेवारी जाऊं रे ग म प ध प म ग रे ग रे सा रे सा रे सा रे सा रे ग रे ग म ग रे ग म प ध नि ध प म ग रे सा तो बेवारी जाऊं सा नि ध प म प नि सा रे ग म ग रे ग रे सा नि सा रे सा सा नि ध प रे ग म प ध नि ध प म ग रे ग रे सा रे सा रे तो बेवारी जाऊं रे 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 ग ग म म प प ध प ध ध प म ग रे ग म ग रे ग रे सा रे सा रे नि सा रे नि सा रे तो बेवारी जाऊं तो बेवारी जाऊं तो बेवारी जाऊं तो बेवारी जाऊं
My eyes were glued to the screen, and I feel so calm and so composed after listening to such an amazing piece. And I mean, I need to be honest, I never expected that we could get a classical performer to come on a platform like this and want to perform for us. And this is amazing. And I mean, truly, life really surprises us when opportunities come out of nowhere. And I think we have Chaitanya on call with us. It would be great to have a conversation with him. Hi, Chaitanya.
Hi,
Hi, amazing performance. Really, really
thank
loved
you.
it. Really
Thank you
serene,
so much.
really soulful, amazing. I have to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
In a time right now where everyone's into Drake and then Justin Bieber and Kendrick Lamar, how are you into Indian classical? What made you get into this?
Mainly, maybe because of my family background. So, like, my dad and mom used to listen to classical music. So then I started at my started at early age only. Like, I joined in my school days. I initially started playing tabla, and after some around 2 3 years, then I started vocal music. So that's how I started.
That's amazing. I must say, I also love tabla. In fact, I used to sit, when events like this used to happen, I used to sit in front of the tabla artist and I would also try to mimic him on the floor. It's an amazing instrument. I truly love it. Couldn't learn it unfortunately, but I'm glad that you did. My next question would be, it takes a lot of practice. You need to spend days and days and days and even
Yeah.
years. Do you still practice every single day, or like is it there till now?
Yeah, I mean, not right now because I'm in my GMBA program. So, like till last year, it was a regular thing. I used to practice daily, at least an hour or two. So I'll be continuing it after
You
my
should.
MBA. Yeah, sure.
You should definitely. My next question would be, what do you think about classical being fused with the modern art? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
So yeah, it's a good experiment. So like two genres of music, audience. It's good for entertainment, but both of them have their own identities. Like I like uh, listening to them separately. It's my personal opinion, but as like for entertainment, it's fine. You just mix two genres of arts. Yeah.
Yeah, completely makes sense. Who's someone that you look up to in the classical industry? Like, who do you really look up to?
So right now, Pandit Ullas Kashalkarji. So he's from Gwalior Gharana. So he's one of the stalwarts of this generation. So other than this, I used to follow a lot of people like Pandit Bhim Singh Ji, Ustad Rashid Khan. So there are many to name. Uh, yeah,
Amazing. Thank you so much. I want to tell you this, that I specially asked my mom to wait and listen to your performance because she's a fan of Indian classical music. And thank you so much. And I think my mom would, I will let you know what my mom thinks about it afterwards. Probably she'll say a lot of good stuff. So I'll send it again, send it to you immediately. Thank you so
sure.
much for joining us,
Thank you.
Chaitanya. It was an amazing performance. Keep
Thank you
singing
so
and
much.
keep that
Yeah,
practice going, please, because this is
yeah.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, next up, we have another performer. The best thing about her, I think, is that she was so adamant about putting her art out there that she participated in all the three events that we had in mind. She participated in the IG competition. She also participated in our game, in our event today, and even in our SPJ related event. Sommya is not ready to leave her art behind, and I think she has a melodious performance coming up. She's going to sing the song Zara Zara, not just in one language, but in two languages. Listen.
यूं ही बरस बरस काई घटा बरसे हम यार भीग जाए इस चाहत की बारिश में मैं भूल न
Wasn't that just a wonderful performance? We actually wanted Sommya to come here with us, but she wasn't feeling well. But she actually is here with us. So Sommya, we could have you here for a few minutes. Oh no, I'm so sorry, guys. But Sommya actually wasn't feeling well, so she isn't able to make it here with us. But we still loved your performance a lot. And just a fun fact about the song, Zara Zara is the Hindi version, and then in Tamil, it's called Basigara. So that is the version of the song that she sang. So once again, thank you so much, Sommya, for performing with us. And the next performance is sure to continue this romantic vibe that we have going on. So bringing to you an acoustic performance of Tum Mile is Gaurang.
तू ही मेरी है सारी जमीन, चाहे कहीं से चलो, तुझ में ही आके रुको। तेरे सिवा मैं जाऊं कहाँ, कोई भी राह चुनूं, तुझ में ही आके रुको। तुम मिले तो लम्हे थम गए, तुम मिले तो सारे गम गए, तुम मिले तो मुस्कुराना आ गया। तुम मिले तो जादू छा गया, तुम मिले तो जीना आ गया, तुम मिले तो मैंने पाया है खुदा। तुझ में किनारा दिखे, दिल को सहारा दिखे, मेरी धड़कन थाम ले। तेरी तरफ है मुरे, ये सांस तुझसे जुड़े, हर पल ये तेरा नाम ले। तुम मिले तो अब क्या है कमी, तुम मिले तो दुनिया मिल गई, तुम मिले तो मिल गया आसरा। तुम मिले तो जादू छा गया, तुम मिले तो जीना आ गया, तुम मिले तो मैंने पाया है खुदा।
Did it did it create a romantic vibe, crazy romantic vibe where you're listening to? I'm pretty sure it did because it did right here. I mean, I couldn't help but even sing along with him. I mean, wow. I mean, unfortunately, I really wanted to chat with him, but he's apparently traveling back home, so couldn't make it here today. But Gaurang, whenever you see this, I want to say that you've created an amazing vibe. Keep singing, and you have a beautiful talent. Keep that going in. Amazing, amazing stuff.
Yes. So, before we go on, however, let's try to recall a bit how this event had all come together. So, Fête de la Musique and FesTune began as a way to bring people of different nationalities together and share their love for music. The reason why we were able to make this happen was that we come from a global business school, none other than SP Jain. SP Jain allows us to have an exposure to 3 different cities and meet people from all around, just like how the Amchi team was able to be formed. Not only that, but this celebration features 9 SP Jain's talented students performing before you today. Should you be interested to be part of the SP Jain community, do subscribe to their YouTube channel and follow them on Instagram at SP Jain Global. Amchi, on the other hand, is a brand that intends to create a community of artists, which involves creators and admirers of art. The brand started 2 years ago and is in the works of growing to greater heights. So, if you love art, check us out and do show your support for us by following us on Instagram at Amchi Kingdom. Now, let's continue on to the next performances. Over to you, Tan.
Thank you, Mara. And continuing from the previous song, our next performer is here to share the bittersweet feeling of going through a breakup. Coming up next is a person with an angel's voice, Andrei, performing I'll Never Love Again by Lady Gaga.
Wish I could have said goodbye. I would have said what I wanted to, maybe even cry for you. If I knew it would be the last time, I would have broke my heart in two, trying to save a part of you. Don't wanna feel another touch, don't wanna start another fire, don't wanna know another kiss, baby, unless they are your lips. Don't wanna give my heart away to another stranger, or let another day begin. Won't even let the sunlight in. No, I never love again. When we first met, I never thought that I would fall. I never thought I'd find myself lying in your arms. And I wanna pretend that it's not true, oh, baby, that you're gone. 'Cause my world keeps turning and turning and turning, and I'm not moving on. Don't wanna feel another touch, don't wanna start another fire, don't wanna know another kiss, no other name falling off my lips. Don't wanna give my heart away to another stranger,
Wow, that was just wow. That's breathtaking. That that made me that made me go out of words. Can you see? Can you see what it does? What he's done? Look at his performance. I mean, I can't speak. It blew me away. Every time I'm hearing this, it got me got me feeling wow. Unfortunately, Andre is not here in person, but I'd like to share something interesting about him is that he's gotten into streaming. So if you really loved his work out there, make sure to follow him on Instagram or check him out on his stream. He does it very regularly and he sings songs on the request of the guests and also his personal favorite. Andre, you've done an amazing job. If you're listening to this at any point in time, you've done an amazing job. Keep inspiring us, keep streaming, and I hope to soon see you on a stream of yours singing a beautiful song again. Well, now that we've had a heartbreak song, let's kind of switch the gears, Let's hype it up. Let's get this event lit up, shall we? It's time for a banger performance. I mean, banger. Banger enough that it's going to electrify the vibe of this event completely. Bringing you his version of Gravity Storms by Steve Vai, presenting to you Odie!
I'm Odie, and this is my cover of Gravity Storm by Steve Vai.
That was absolutely exhilarating. Can you all believe that we just witnessed this live? Like, I really can't. And I would be a fool if I moved on without talking to the man behind the magic himself. Odie, hello.
Oh my God, Tanishka, what a beautiful intro.
What a beautiful performance. How could I not? That was
um,
really amazing.
wow, thank you so much. Thank you.
I really just want to know, like, how did you get into the guitar, and like, when did you pick it up first?
Well, you see, I come from a musical family. My father is a very well-respected guitarist in India, and
Hmm.
I guess it was automatic. With that influence in my life, it was going to happen someday or the other. It must have been around the age of 10 when I seriously picked up the guitar for the first time,
Wow.
and
Mhm.
I've just never looked back ever since.
Yeah, I mean that's really young, and like through watching your performance, you like your techniques really come through, and you sound really like technical as well, and like your passion comes through also. I really want to know, like, where do you want to take your music? Like, what is it you see out of playing music?
I mean, see, for me, music has always been something utterly personal. It's been my water, it's been my shelter, it's been my therapy even.
Wow.
But being in touch with guys like you out here at Amchi and at SP Jain, I feel so inspired by the musicians that I've seen today. I feel that I really want to take my music more seriously.
Hmm.
So I guess more covers, more originals, working with other artists. I think that's where the future seems to be pointing
Yeah.
towards.
That's amazing. And we'll all definitely be looking forward to a lot of your work. And another thing that I know about you is that like you look up to a lot of people in the field that you're in, and like a lot of people inspire you to make the art the way that you're doing right now. So I'd really love to know and also to share these people with our audience watching right now. So who are these people that inspire you?
Well, I look up to so many guitarists, so many musicians. I mean, I listen to music of so many genres, everything from blues, like players like say John Mayer or BB King, to rock, players like Slash, to even metal like Steve Vai himself. Uh, I, I think currently my biggest inspirations are this guitarist known as Kiko Loureiro. He's a guitarist from Megadeth, and John Petrucci of Dream Theater. These are the guys that I look up to the most, and I want to emulate their art, and I want to be able to play like them. And hopefully someday I may just get to that level, but till then, koshish jari hai.
Yes, definitely. And like for everyone that banged their head along to your performance, please check out Odie's Instagram at Udayan Naidu. And once again, thank you so much. We love to have you here. You were amazing. Okay, now we've had so much energy just now, and but don't worry, everyone. This energy is going to be taken to a completely different direction as we have yet another electric guitar performance, but this time it's groovier. He'll be performing the song "Ain't No Sunshine" by Bill Withers for us today, but he doesn't just cover songs; he writes his own songs as well, having dropped his absolutely amazing singles Icy and You. Let's give it up to Varun Vasisht.
Cause ain't no sunshine when she's gone. There's no one when she's away. Cause ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. I wonder this town where
don't tell me that I was the only one absolutely mesmerized by that performance. I mean, the soothing vibe, the chill visuals, that beautiful guitar, and to top it all off, that voice. Varun, I am so happy to have you here today. That was just an amazing performance. Hello.
Hi, Tad. Thank you for having me. It's
Hi.
good to be here.
Dude, I just keep getting blown away by your voice each and every time. That was just amazing.
You're too sweet. Yeah, it's really good to be here. I'm really enjoying the show behind the scenes. It's we've got
Mhm.
such crazy talent going on over here, and especially with Odie behind, like right before me, I was just bobbing my head like anything. So I had to take an extra 2 minutes to fix my hair again.
I mean, yeah, we saw your crazy hair in that performance, and it was just great.
Ah,
Loving the new style also.
thank you. You're
Yeah.
looking good too, man.
Oh, thanks. I actually wanted to know more about the song that you released a while back, Icy. So take
Yeah,
me
sure.
through what inspired you to write that song and like just why, yeah.
So, IC was my second release
Hmm.
after I came up with my debut last year. And IC was more of just, it was about this time where pre pandemic, when life was easy going and fun and we could take all the good times for granted.
Hmm.
And IC was just something that when I it was just a random melody, but then eventually it came out to be this song that really took me back to a time which was very carefree, and
Uh-huh.
when there were other things to worry about than wearing masks and social distancing. So
Right.
and it made me feel really, it was a fun track for me because it took me back to that time. So I thought, why not put it out there, and maybe it can be that for someone else, or maybe it can be something more for someone else. And also I got a
Yeah.
chance to kind of play the guitar, do a little solo in there, which is also a big part of my music that I haven't really put out
Hmm.
there yet. So
Right.
I really enjoyed that. That was the highlight of the song for me, definitely.
No, yeah, I've definitely seen you like experiment a lot with like different genres of music. So like what genre of music are you into the most right now?
That's a tough one, and I don't want to be another mainstream artist saying that I don't want to be put in a box, and I don't want
Uh-huh.
I'm genre fluid.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I've been fortunate enough to be with having my family around. All of them have some amazing music taste, like their own personalized music sense and taste, and
Right.
being exposed to like all sorts of music since I was a kid has really kind of shaped my perspective very holistically, if I may say so.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then being a part of the generation that we are, and you can it's hard not to admire rap music and the beats and hip hop and all hip hop culture and all of that. So that
Yeah.
kind of plays a role as well. So yeah, I was a guitarist at first. That's what it began with. A lot of singing, songwriting. I write a lot of acoustic singer-songwriter songs. But I
Hmm.
also experiment a lot with beat making and production and house music and
Yeah.
everything, trap, and I can't begin to tell you where it starts and
uh,
where it ends. But yeah, music is music, and
mhm.
if it I think if it's good music, then all, like, it doesn't matter what genre it is, but as long as a good track from a bad track, something that can make you groove from something that
Yeah.
just doesn't have that beat.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I mean, yeah, and like I've just been thinking of like the past two songs that you released, like I See and You. They both have like such different vibes to them, and like this is something that I've been meaning to ask you for a while, and I'm sure everyone watching here is also curious about this. But
Go ahead.
what's in store for us? What should we expect from you next?
So see, again, now I'd like to believe that I'm still very new to the scene and I'm just trying to figure out my process. So
Mm-hmm.
while I have written like a ton of songs that I've been writing for the past 2-3 years seriously, and there are a lot of songs that I want to put out. Um, to be honest, it's just a fight in my head because I just don't know what to put first, what to work on, which direction to take, what to, because there's just so much going on. It's like a like catharsis in my head, with
Mm-hmm.
all the music just suddenly coming through.
Right.
But yeah, definitely for this year, if I have to limit myself for this year, again, I hope to keep up the trend of keep trying something new, keeping the ball rolling. So
Uh-huh.
I hope one of my songs is should be out in another month or two. which is again an acoustic chill vibe. Everyone's in India seems to be obsessed with the mountains right now. It's a very mountain hill vibe connected to nature.
Okay,
You
okay.
just want to peaceful vibes. So that's
Mhm.
there. And besides that, there are a lot of projects I'm working on remotely from home as well, which are like just beats and like for like the beat lovers and little more trap size, little more 808, that thumping bass
Uh-huh.
and just the beat, just enjoying it for the beat. Because I mean, I know I enjoy a lot of music just because of the beat or just because of the production. So there are a lot of those type of projects coming as well. And yeah, I just hope to keep evolving. It's a process, and I'm
Yeah.
just falling in love with the process of constantly manifesting and creating something, bringing it to life, and then sharing it with everyone else is just a bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I
that.
mean, we'll all definitely be waiting to listen to more of your stuff, and I really can't wait. So get those songs out soon, and we'll be here listening to it. Thank you so much, Varun. It's been a
Lovely.
pleasure having you here today. Thank you so
So nice
much.
talking to you, Tanishka. Take care.
Nice.
Thank you for having me.
Bye. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Now, let's move on to the next segment that we have prepared here. Something that you've all been waiting for, the Pop Solo event. Pop Solo again was the IG competition, which was a wonderful showcase of talent from all over the world where artists submitted their artistic entries. And I'd love to take this opportunity again to thank each and every one of you that has participated in Amchi's first ever talent contest. It really means a lot to us to have you all be a part of Amchi, albeit for a brief period through this competition. Alright, moving on. The Amchi team has closely following the results of the competition as they kept changing every so often, so it really could go either way. I'm now about to announce the results as of today, 3 p.m. GST. As you all might already know, there are only three main prizes that our pop solo players will be able to win through this event. The first award I would like to announce, is the People's Choice Award. This award is granted to the artist that has the most likes on their video. For third place, we have Adoksh. Congratulations to Adoksh. I will next be announcing the results for the second place for the People's Choice Award. This one goes to Ali. Once again, congratulations, Ali. Everyone loved watching your performance, and it was definitely a close call. But the winner of the People's Choice Award is Valerine Miranda. Woohoo! I'd love to say congratulations to Valerine. It was really a powerful dance video that you've shown us, and it's no surprise that your fans couldn't help but send all of their hearts over to you. Moving on to the second award, Pop Solo Idol. This award goes to the artist that has received the most views on their video. In third place, we have Ali. In second place, we have Notanki. And winning this category by a landslide is no other than Valerine Miranda once again. Congratulations to Valerine. I really know that everyone loved your performance so much and they just couldn't stop viewing it again and again. Now finally, the third award which is called the Rising Star. It goes to the artist that had the most reach, which can be seen on our Instagram page. So, the third place award for the Rising Star goes to Ali once again. Second place goes to Valerine Miranda. And finally, this is the result that you've all been waiting for. The winner of the final category goes to Notanki. Sonia and Bana, I'd love to congratulate you and once again to all the winners that participated in the Pop Solo event. Thank you so much. And now to all the viewers tuned in, I would like to take this opportunity to share how excited I am to introduce the next few special performers because they are truly magical and I was awestruck when I heard their music for the first time. So bringing in first for you, he started off as a dancer and continued to pursue his musical career as a singer only in 2018. He recently blew up on TikTok and soon after is now creating his own music. His latest single, 3 AM, was truly phenomenal and today performing his unreleased song, One Last Dance, especially for us. Let's give it up for Thomas Nunn.
You're too good to me. You're way too good to me. I know how people put on a show and it's covered in gold, but you're too good to me. You're way too good to me. Do you mind if we dance? Follow me, feel the beat, take my hand for one last dance. I got a whole lot on my mind, but there ain't no time. Wish I could hit rewind, but I've only got seconds with you. And not much I can do. I feel what we have is not real. Baby, what the heck is your deal? Dance, follow me, feel the beat, take my hand for one last dance, yeah. For one last dance, yeah. Do you mind if we dance? Follow me, feel the beat, take my hand for one last dance. For one last dance.
Oh my goodness. That was just really heartfelt, and listening to it really gave me chills. And now I just really want to know more about this piece. And look who we have here. It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas.
Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's cool.
I'm really curious to know about what was your inspiration behind this song, One Last Dance.
So when I wrote this song, I was kind of in this period when I was really into like old school R&B. So yeah, I was just trying to go for something kind of cliche when I wrote that, and I just wanted to. I'm rewriting the song right now actually, but I kind of wanted to. Yeah. But right now, for when I wrote it at the time, I kind of had this idea of like, oh, what if it was like this scene where they're never gonna see each other again, and they had to do one last dance. So that's why I wrote the song.
That's so heartbreaking, but the way you sang it was just absolutely beautiful. I also know that you only started singing, like you made it your career in 2018, and that's pretty young. I want to know why you decided to do that and how your journey's been from 2018 till now.
I started making it my career because I've been making music for a long time, but I never thought of making it my career because I was a little scared. You know, there's always that worry that people will judge you and stuff. Sorry, your question was how's the journey been so far?
Yeah.
So far, it's been great. Put out music and people seem to like it, and that gave me a lot more confidence to put out more music. So yeah, it's been good. I've been growing.
Amazing. And I also know that you like write and produce your own songs. So like how was your journey getting into producing songs? Because I've heard that it's really difficult, and like my friends have been trying for a while. So how has that journey been for you, and like how have you been able to cope with it all?
I started producing like when I was a kid, just trying to replicate.
Really?
Yeah, just making covers. Like when I was like 12 or 13, I would make little videos and I'd post them on YouTube, but they're really bad. Just like little covers here and there, and I feel like when you start producing and you start changing the way you listen to music. There's a special way producers listen to music. Once you get that,
Right.
you won't be able to stop. So yeah.
I get that, yeah. And I was listening to your single 3 a.m. and it almost brought tears to my eyes. And like I was just like absolutely touched when I heard the song. So I would love if you could talk more about that as well.
That song was actually kind of inspired by my mom because she suffers from insomnia. So I wanted to take that theme of like insomnia, not being able to sleep, and also
Mm-hmm.
I have this weird like coincidence thing with 3 a.m. But yeah, I just wanted to write like, but not towards my mom, but more towards like someone you love that can't sleep at night and you're really worried
Mm-hmm.
sick over. So yeah, that's what inspired me.
That's amazing. I just one last question. Where do you see your music taking you? Because I saw that you blew up on TikTok and like things like that have been happening. So where do you see yourself? Maybe in like a couple years.
I'm not really sure. Hopefully, just continuously collaborating, maybe putting out more
Mm-hmm.
music, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hopefully doing live shows at that point. That would be great.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Thomas, for being here. We loved your performance, and I'm sure everyone watching it did too. Thank you
My
so much once again.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, I know that you all are wondering that do we have more people like Thomas ready to perform here for us? And guess what? We do. The next artist and I actually have a common connection, and it is that he's a fellow Dubai kid who was actually studying engineering, but then he later decided, no way that this is going to be my career. I really just got to get up and start doing music. So, performing his original song for us today, Walking on Mars, let's give it up for Prithvi Prajosh.
Life in my dreams, it all feels so real. Your rainbow colored eyes bring me to my knees. Ethereal visions out of this world. Smell the flower power, stay here with me. The stars in the sky have got nothing on you. Heaven in your eyes, there's sunset blue. Baby, I'm walking on Mars when I'm with you. Baby, I'm walking on Mars. When I wake up, you fade away. The colors in the sky, they turn back to gray. Terrestrial sights crowd up my room. You are my power flower till the morning blue. The stars in the sky have got nothing on you. Heaven in your eyes, there's sunset blue. Baby, I'm walking on Mars when I'm with you. Baby, I'm walking on Mars. We'll float amongst the stars as we draw each other's missing parts. We'll go dancing on Saturn's rings, exchanging our wedding rings. honeymoon on Jupiter, anything you prefer, we'll do it all together. The stars in the sky have got nothing on you. Heaven in your eyes, the sunset blue. Baby, I'm walking on Mars when I'm with. The stars in the sky have got nothing on you. Heaven in your eyes, the sunset blue. Baby, I'm walking on Mars when I'm with you. Baby, I'm walking on Mars when I'm with you.
That was beautiful, man. That was great. That was sensational. Wow. All the words that I can think of. That goes to you, man. Prithvi, you've done an amazing job, and I'm glad that I have you on call all the way from Boston. Let's give it up for Prithvi himself.
Hello.
Hi, Prithvi.
Hi, Chinmay. Thank you for the lovely introduction to Tanishq, by the way. And thank you for your sweet, sweet words. Really appreciate it.
Prithvi, it's an honor to have your song here. Walking on Mars. There's a beautiful piece. Just very beautiful. I have some questions about it if you don't mind. I mean, I know it's just morning there, but I hope it's okay.
It's all right. Let's get into it. Let's get deep into
Perfect, perfect. Now, going to the song. First, I have a question. It's a question about the song where a lot of people normally say, I'll go back to the moon and come back for you. It's a romantic love song. People go to the moon a lot. You've gone to the Mars. You're walking on Mars. What's the logic behind that?
There's always seems to be an obsession with people going into outer space. It's always been like that. And we've been recently, the past couple of years, everyone wants to be on Mars. And sure, I want to be on Mars now. That's when like the idea came about when I asked a friend of mine, just give me some suggestions on what I could write about. And there's this comic called Watchmen. I don't know if you've ever read it, but there's this comic and there's this guy, Dr. Manhattan, who is on Mars. And she's like, yeah, this guy's walking on Mars. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's a cool idea. That's something to go with. And then I kind of wanted to build up on this fantasy where everyone has their fantasy person, whoever it may be, and you kind of build them up in your head as this outer worldly person, and they can do no wrong. They're the best in the world, in the universe, entire universe. And that's how the idea came about. And then I just kept writing and trying to pick out words and imagery that I could get in based on what I'm hearing or feeling. And it just sort of came out that way.
You said artists create you create a fantasy person in your head.
Yeah.
Can you depict us who that fantasy person in your head was?
Honestly, it was all a fantasy. So I don't want to be coy about it, but it was all just something in whatever I felt in that moment as I can't really walk on Mars with anyone. That'd be great if I could, but that's not happening anytime soon. But it's just like an amalgamation of people I've come across in my life and just kind of all the best qualities out of everyone that I know just built up into one fantasy person. I honestly don't want to meet this. That'll be a little too much for me to handle. Expectations will be far too high for me to take care of. So I hope I don't come across that kind of person. But it was great while it lasted. Writing the song was always fun. It was exciting. It was something new and challenging for me as well. So it was very nice.
That's amazing. I actually have a question about the choices of colors that you normally have. Now, we had to go and check out your Instagram feed and just look at what kind of artist you are. You pick a lot of colors like orange, yellow, red, something bright, basically. Is there a reason? Are they your favorite colors, or what? Do they depict your emotion? What?
They usually go by depicting my emotion. It kind of varies each time. I'm a genuinely very bright and warm person and happy-ish kind of person. So my color palette is usually based on that. I'm not a very gloomy kind of guy. Sure, some of the songs I write are kind of gloomy and sad, and it's always a drastic contrast to who I am as a person. But yeah, those colors usually, it kind of depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm like, I'm feeling like a little pink today, feeling a little orange today, and just keeps changing, varying on my mood basically. So there's no specific plan to it. I wish I could tell you this. It's all calculated, really. Every month has a designated color in store. But it's one of those things that it just varies by my mood.
Okay. Now, as part of your introduction, also we got to know about you that you are actually a Dubai kid and you studied engineering. What was that leap like? That leap is always tough. I want
Yeah,
to know about that.
that's everyone's favorite question. Is because the thing is, when I started getting into this line, this music as a career for me, my main goal is always to inspire people around me who always are expected to fit the norm and just do what's expected, like do what's expected of you, but kind of inspiring them to chase what they're really passionate about. And that's something I always felt strongly about because obviously I went through that and I did engineering. No one forced me to do it, but in my head I thought, oh, everyone's doing engineering around me. I should be doing this too, and that's how I got into it. But I still stuck to my musical side, and I would perform every now and then. I would sing songs, and I would mostly perform covers. I was like that cover guy. I would just do random covers. I've covered the song "The Scientist" by Coldplay a million times. That's my favorite song to sing. I will keep singing it till the day I die. But it was one of those moments where I would still stick to my musical side, and I would always do whatever I could to stay in like touch with it. And then I reached a point. I graduated from engineering. I did a couple of years. I worked a couple of years. And then it like as the days went on, I realized like this is not something I want to be doing. I can't sit at a desk, and I'm a very lazy person. Sitting at a desk is great, but it's not the fulfilling kind of job that I would want. Which is when I made the decision that I need to do this. I was grateful to have like my parents so supportive of me and my friends who kind of pushed me towards making that leap as well. And then I applied to Berkeley, applied to a couple other places. I didn't expect for this to happen. I got into Berklee College of Music, which was quite insane for me at the time. I accepted the offer. I didn't even think about it too much. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. And I ended up here, and I actually recently graduated. So in a couple of months, I'm planning on moving to LA, and then we'll take it from there and see how it goes.
First of all, congratulations on not only getting in, but also graduating. I mean, I'm not saying it's a big thing, but for me as a Dubai kid to think about going to Berkeley is huge. It's definitely huge.
Thank
So I
you.
want to ask about that. Like, if I took away the Berkeley aspect of your life, do you think you would have grown as a musician, or how would things be different as a musician or an artist?
See, I won't lie. Like as a musician artist, obviously there's so many things that you can learn off the internet, learn off YouTube, and watching videos and all that stuff. Like kind of like build you up in your artistry repertoire and all that jazz. But the thing with Berkeley is that you're surrounded. For the first time in my life, I was surrounded by a community of musicians, and everyone's working towards a similar goal. Right? You'll come across people who want the same thing as you. And in my life, and I experienced that because in engineering, everyone had different ideas in their head, and I was like, I want to do music, and no, I couldn't really relate with anyone on that level. But I came to Berkeley, and I met all these people in this massive community who has like a very similar end goal. And at first, it was very intimidating because I've never been surrounded by musicians like that. I've never been surrounded by so much talent, and you always go through that phase where like, oh, I'm not good enough to be here, and all that kind of stuff. But as I progressed through my semesters, it reached a point where I understood that I don't have to be intimidated by them. I can just learn from them. I can see what they do good, and just learn from that, take different aspects of the different qualities that they have, learn from it, hone those skills, and then just keep working and building yourself up that way. So it's, yeah, and that basically, yeah, that's my answer to that, yeah.
That's great. That's great. You mentioned about moving into LA. Now, as an artist, people, one of the struggles that they have is like, oh, I don't know how to earn money out of this.
Yeah.
You said you're going to LA, so it seemed like you have a sorted plan. Like, what is it like? Like, what's your plan to
No,
earn?
I want to say that I have a whole sorted plan. I don't. This is one of those things. I'm like, YOLO. This is what I have to do. This is what I'm meant to do, I hope. And I'm going to go to LA, got to build that network of musicians. And as being an international student, it's a whole complicated with the visa regulations, blah, blah, blah. So I only have like a year to make things work. Got to get in touch with as many people as I can, find a way, because I do want to stay, and I do want to settle in LA as well. I believe so, because the weather is great, and I like warm weather. I like that. No worries about, like, I can't handle the cold. Being in Boston has been a nightmare during the winter season because I cannot do it. Yeah, the goal is to keep writing. I do want to write for myself and other artists as well. So anyone listening to the stream, if you want to write with me, please go ahead. I can write for you as well. It'll be a great journey to be on. I actually missed a lot of the performances today, but I caught the last few, so I'm going to go back to it. And it's really, really incredible. Like, kudos to everyone who performed. It's amazing. And kudos to you and Amara as well, who got in touch, like, for organizing this event. I know it's been a big process, and it was going for a couple of weeks and so on. And like, kudos to you, congratulations for this, making this happen.
Thank you, Prithvi. I have one last question before I let you go, because you guys have so many questions. It can't get over. So I'll just stick to one last one, and then you can move on.
Yes.
Is there any future where we see Prithvi performing the Western style that he has with an Indian touch to it, or an Indian form joined in fusion?
I'll definitely won't say no to that. I'm always open to trying out different styles. I don't see myself singing I'm from Kerala, so my native language is Malayalam. I don't see myself singing that because I can barely speak it. So it'll be very embarrassing for everyone involved. But I do see myself collaborating with artists from India, from singing Hindi or any kind of language. For me, it doesn't matter what the language is. As long as the music is good, the music is good. As long as it makes you feel like you're in this moment sharing a specific experience, I'm always going to be open to it. So that's something that'll be really cool and very exciting. So if anyone's listening, anyone's interested, anyone wants to sing with me, let's do it and let's make it happen.
Definitely, Prithvi. I'm assured that there are people watching who will reach out to you, and there'll be some great content coming from your end. Great music, great art. I think you're going to do great. Please do keep in touch. I think you have a great personality. Like you said, you're a very lively person. I love that. I love that about someone when they're lively. I love the colors that you choose, the music that you do. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Chinmay. Thank you for having me. It's been an honor. You're amazing. Go have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, we just heard the song Walking on Mars by Prithvi. But what if we could have someone from Mars perform for this event? I mean, I know it's a stupid joke, it's a bad one, but at least the next person thinks that he's an alien. He's an actor, model, singer, rapper, instrumentalist, and also a dancer. Isn't that the Amchi quality? Well, performing his original song called Walking on Moon. This one's Walking on Moon, not Mars, Moon. Performing for us is Jennai himself.
Your mind is the moon. It has two sides. Have you seen your demons? Ever venture to the dark side? Is it fear that holds you back? Can you change overnight? One small step for you, but a giant leap for mankind. I'm walking on the moon. Every night I'm in the moon. I'm out of your league, no justice. Stealing your fans, can't trust us. Still got no managers, justice. Me, myself, and I try and shut this. It's a one-man show, no team, not yet though. When I do know it's gonna be cutthroat. You won't see me fly, but I don't flow. This support's like grind, no wax roll. I can see money slowly coming in through the streams. Funny how they always used to laugh at my dreams. Funny how they always used to look away. Now I started popping, now they really look my way. And I'm getting paid, yeah, I'm getting hate. Now it's never the popular kid, I'm getting late. And I love it. Too much attention can be distracted, so I stay above it. Yeah, I'm walking on the moon. Every night I'm in the moon. Yeah. Laugh at you thinking that I'm the fool. I should probably put a mirror in front of you. You follow where the spotlight lands, no matter who. If I redefine it for you, yeah, you follow it too. Can't think for yourself, it's been me all along. I'm just waiting for all of y'all to sing along, yeah, I'm the one. No, it's never been done before. I'm a seed that's gonna make the trees grow. Yeah, I found myself first before I started down this path. I knew it wouldn't work, if I did it, it wouldn't last. I saw the grace lose it all the more they got the fame. I realized it's cause they didn't have an anchor, damn. So intoxicating with these rhymes that I make. Everybody getting high on my lines, yeah, they bake. Talent ain't all that it takes. I learned that the hard way. You gotta lose it all before you make the hard gains. choose to see, and one you choose to hide. After all, the earth doesn't revolve around us, right?
Do you wish to delete?
Yeah.
That was truly out of this world. I mean, you can take it as pun intended or not. That was definitely out of this world, and it would be an honor to have him on board. If he's on call, can we chat with Jennai himself, the man behind this music? Hi, Jennai.
Hey, Jennai, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. I've just heard your music. I couldn't be doing better. Trust me.
Oh, thank you, dude.
You have amazing music. The instruments that you use, the kind of vibe that you're creating, the hook itself. I'm walking on the moon, and the way you elongate it. I wish I could sing it, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
So much.
I think there's so many questions I have for you, and you know this, that when we start talking, I'm not going to run out of questions, and you're not going to run out of things to tell me. That's amazing. Let's start with the basics. Xenai, what does it mean? Where does it come from? I think that even the audience would like to know.
Okay, so Jennai is originally from my family name, but the Jennai, the X stands for like a cross between worlds, between cultures, between sounds. So growing up, I've always felt like an outsider, you know, like my parents coming from so many different parts, like 2 different parts of India, each of them speaking 4 different languages, and they couldn't decide on a single language to teach me, so we only spoke English growing up. But having that exposure to so many different worlds, and then coming and growing up here in the Middle East, going to international school, I never felt like I belonged to one thing. I could relate to different things, but I never felt like I belonged to one thing. So that's what Jennai stands for.
That's great. I also remember you saying about coming from different cultures, and you know, the zhe and the explanation that you were giving. That was amazing. Could you tell that?
Yeah. So I mean, in the West you have X, which, you know, we all pronounce like X for xylophone. But if you go to the East, for like in China, you have XING, tsing, and then if you have in Portuguese, they say pixinguina. We also have that in Konkani. There's a derivation of the name Shanoi with an X, Xenai. So if you mix the sh and the z sound together, the East and the West sound, you get zhe, which I just recently found out is also a Persian letter, zhe.
Oh, so you're pretty much multicultural. You're actually a citizen of the world then, not just a country. You're a citizen of the world.
Yes, I'd like to think so. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You've used so many instruments, and you know a lot of instruments. I have like a 3-part question. The first one is, what's your favorite instrument to go to? Like your go-to instrument. What's your least favorite instrument to go to? An instrument that you haven't tried yet, but you want to try it soon.
Okay. So my favorite instrument is the guitar. My least favorite instrument is the guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with that instrument. But the instrument I really wanna play the most is, you know, that hang drum, that little UFO-looking thing that people go like, dun, 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 dun. I really want to play that so bad. I really want to record a song with it.
Amazing. The instrument that you're playing in the last performance, the way like almost looking like a guitar. What instrument was that?
So it's called an oud. It comes from it's a Middle Eastern lute. You could say it's kind of like the ancestor of the guitar, you know.
Oh.
So it's a fretless guitar in a modal string tuning. Because I mean, the tuning I took is an Iraqi tuning because my teacher taught me that way, and it's a modal tuning, fretless instrument, and it kind of plays like a guitar, but not really at the same time. The technique is sort of similar; they kind of overlap, but it's a very soulful instrument. You know, whenever you play it, or even if you just listen to like any instrumental track on Spotify with that instrument, you go to a different world.
It definitely does make me feel soulful. I have a question for you about when it comes to writing. You write some great music. Like I've read a couple of your like lyrics and all that. It's very nice. But what if you can't think of something? Like what if you don't have, like, what about the artists who can't write that song? Like what do you think? What do you say for that?
You mean like writer's block? Is that
somewhat like, yeah, definitely like a writer's block?
I think everyone goes through that. I'm sure everyone does. I definitely go
Definitely.
through writer's block. There's so many moments where like I have everything set up. I've got the beat, I've got the music, I even have the melody. Like I have the melody, but like when it comes down to lyrics, and I'm like, why can't I think of something? Like I know what the theme is going to be, I know what I want to say, but I'm just so blank. I think. Are you saying like what's the solution to that? Is that what you're
Yeah, what
asking?
do you do? What do you do to get away with it?
I leave it. I just
Leave it.
put it aside. I just put it aside and maybe make a new beat, or I'll work on another song. Or if I don't even feel like working on music, I'll just go out, play with my dog, or listen to some music, or read a book or something, and, watch some TV. But yeah, do something that could possibly inspire going back and doing it again and trying.
So when you mean leave, don't mean discard and throw away. You mean
Oh,
come back.
never, no. Definitely. Yeah. You have to show up, right? Like there are moments like even though I know I'm stuck with a song, I'll still make time to go sit. Even if I have nothing, I'll sit. I'll give it at least 20 minutes to just sit and attempt. I'll put some words, scribble it out, and go away. But I'll have to come back and show up. It's about showing up, like making sure you're there.
Amazing. One last question that
Mm.
you spoke the other day to me about. I asked you if an artist really wants to go out there, write their own music, and basically try to create music again and over again. But they can't.
Yeah.
They always think that they're trashed, not really good. Whatever they're doing is not good. What do you talk about that? You said some great words. I would like you to share them again.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I saw a quote by Ed Sheeran one day. Like I was watching some interviews of him because I love him as a songwriter. He's a great artist, and the fact that he's put out so much music, he's one of the hardest working songwriters. He said that when you open a tap, right, initially, like you haven't opened this tap in a long time, a lot of dirty water is going to come out. All this like murky, dark, colored water is going to come out, and after some time it's going to become clear. It's going to like fart a little bit, and then blah, 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 and then all that stuff, and then it's going to become super clear. So your songwriting is going to be like that too. You start songwriting, you may have some not so great songs in the beginning, or maybe they could be good. Maybe you're like straight away good, you got that beginner's luck, and you make a song and it just goes straight away. But for me, I definitely did not have that. If you look at my earlier music, you'll be like, oh my god. But you keep writing, you keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And you fall in love with the process, more in love with the process than the result. If you're writing a song thinking like, this is going to be the biggest hit, like I hope this one is, and if you don't get that and you feel disappointed, then your head's not in the right place. You got to more love doing it and love seeing yourself develop. And the more that happens, you're going to start noticing that after some time, every song you write is going to have that magic to it. It's going to be that clear water.
It's going to be the clear water. And I think when you said that, after the entire call that we had that day, I sat back and I thought about that quote over and over again because it sounds very relatable. I'm not a musician, but as a dancer also,
Right.
like go out
Yeah.
there, choreograph, make stuff happen. It might not be good. Try once, twice, thrice. After a point in time, you're gonna hit that golden spark. And like you said, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Great messages. And I want to say that I'm gonna dance to your track soon. If you don't mind, I'm gonna dance to it.
Appreciate it. Please go ahead. If you ever want me to send you the MP3 or something.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jennai, for performing for us and being here and sharing your wisdom and your art to us. Thank you so much. I hope to keep touch on with you because I want to keep listening to your music and keep interacting with you because you got a lot to say.
Thank you for having me. But also, shout out to everyone that's been on this thing. Prithvi, Thomas, and all the other performers out here. They've done. You guys have done an amazing job putting this whole thing together. So, kudos to you, man. Seriously.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, that was amazing. Okay, we've had 12 beautiful people come here and perform their art. Now, as we are coming to the end, I'd like to call the entire Amchi team on stage. Can we have you guys, both Amara and Tanishka? Oh, Tanishka, you had a glitch there. Okay, not a problem. Now, I'd like to reiterate the facts again. 41 participants, 6 master classes, and 12 beautiful performers. First of all, I want to thank you all. Thank each one of you for believing in us and willing to be a part of our community.
Yeah. Amchi started off as a very humble dream, and we are yet to achieve the end goal, obviously. But to see just a glimpse of it through this event makes this experience so surreal. So do keep showing your support by reaching out to us and, the usual, subscribe to our Amchi YouTube channel. Amchi is ours and ours, which includes you, the viewer, and us.
I would also like to shed light on the fact that what really enabled us to be here today was the guidance and support of SV Jain School of Global Management. The college has not just given us a solid academic foundation, but has really gotten us ready for the real world. And this was our small way of giving back. Some special mentions are also due because without these people, this event would not have been possible. Andrei, Gaurang, and Odie, all of whom performed today, and we're so thankful of you that you could show up today and perform. And not to forget Joshua, Macy, Utkarsh, and Rayan. Thank you so much for contributing to this humble motive.
And how could we not remember Miss Meghna, Miss Meghna, Miss Meghna? You deserve major credits because you helped us connect with the right people and supported us through and through. I can bet that even right now she is watching this live and is probably in the comment section supporting us.
Well, all I can say is if you've got something from this event, whether you learned something from the masterclass, got the motivation to get up and pick up your art and keep performing, or simply enjoyed the music that we shared, feel free to let us know. Reach out to us on Instagram at Amchi Kingdom. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comment down here. We always want to see what you guys have to share, and we always would love to interact with you guys and maybe collaborate even because there's so many great artists out there like we just saw in the last 3 days. So thank you, Amchi community, and keep the art alive. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
you.